Welcome back, fellow Clashers, and thank you so much for tuning in to another Logic and Tristan gaming episode. It is your host, Logic, and today we are going to be going over the Elite Royal Giant deck, Part 2. So my first video with the Elite Royal Giant was this deck. The differences between these two decks is the Witch and the Bats. So for this different version, I've replaced those two with the Minion Horde and the Guards. With this deck, you have essentially let's say three main defensive units. Your Minion Horde, Goblin Gang, and then the Guards. The Minions can also be used on defense in a pinch, but generally try to pair them with a Royal Giant push or a Miner push. Speaking of which, the Miner, Royal Giant, and your Elite Barbarians are going to be your primary offensive units. Now, what I like to do is plan to drop the Royal Giant and back behind the King Tower. That way, by the time he gets up to the bridge, you have Elixir built up to either support him or maybe do a surprise attack on the other lane and kind of do a simultaneous attack down both lanes. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check out some replays here. Alright. I like this deck because that Royal Giant, as you place him behind there, can be really annoying because the enemy knows he's coming. And most of the time you get something like this where they try to attack the opposite lane really fast. And sometimes it works. And that one right there did a great job. Got that tower down to about 1100. So he puts his Inferno tower down. I try to get my Minion Horde in there, but with his Zap and the Ice Golem, it doesn't work too great. So now I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do for my next push, or should I save my Elixir to defend? I don't really know what he has, so I drop my Goblin Gang here to kind of see if I can pull out any other cards he has, and sure enough he has that Skeleton Army. So I go ahead and counter with my own push on the opposite lane, and he does a pretty solid job about distracting those Elite Barbarians. And I also know now he has his Musketeer. So this goes against kind of what I was saying at the beginning of the video, where you want to drop your Royal Giant down behind the King Tower. I did this here as kind of a surprise tactic, and try to pair it with a Minion push, but his little Zap Ice Golem thing is really taking care of my minions right now. So now I have mostly defensive troops in my lineup. I don't want to keep I don't want him to build up too much, so I go ahead and kind of do my own little mini push here with the Miner Goblin Gang. Now I remember that he has his balloon in his hand and probably in rotation, so I kept that Minion Horde to take care of them. Once again, I deployed this Royal Giant because there were so many little troops in front of him that if he wanted to do the Inferno Tower, those little troops would distract the Inferno Tower. And sure enough, it kind of worked because he did not deploy his Inferno Tower. So now he does another Lumberjack Balloon push, which I tried to counter with my Elite Barbs on the other side. Turns out to work perfectly because now the Elite Barbs are soaking up all the shots from the towers, and that second one goes down. And that's going to be game. Alright, let's get on to our second replay here. I think this deck's really powerful because the Elite Barbarians are really strong. And the Royal Giant in itself is just a massive unit in general, and then it does a lot of damage too. So start things off here with that Goblin Gang, trying to take out that little skeleton guy. So now I'm trying to go down that right-hand side. Took care of his skeleton army, and that elite barbarian is gonna get down that first tower. So now we're just kind of waiting to see what he plays next. Alright, I kind of figured he'd play that in the middle. So I go ahead and drop my Royal Giant to take care of it. And give him some supporting troops with the Goblin Gang. See that balloon coming over, so I go ahead and drop my little minions. And they do a really good job basically taking it out before it hits the tower. And at this point I still don't really know. I know he has a balloon, tombstone, and baby dragon. But I haven't really seen what else he has in his hand. So I know there's a couple cards I haven't seen yet. So I'm kind of waiting to see if he plays them all. Alright, so right down the middle there, I do the Goblin Gang as kind of a distraction on that right-hand side. See if I can get him to drop any more cards, burn up some elixir. Get my Royal Giant right in the middle. Drop those elite barbs right behind him. I'm going to mop up this, and then I notice that he has a freeze, but my minions were already taken down, and they weren't frozen. So basically now I just need to hold off, defend. I need to defend both my towers, and this should be a W. There he goes, trying to do his balloon. Drop the Royal Giant to pick up the King Tower's cannon. And just keep going, and that's going to do it for that replay. Alright, let's get on to our third and final replay here. Alright. And he starts off with a Hog Rider Bats drop, which I go ahead and I use my minion horde against just to take care of everything. And I figured I'd do the elite barbs for the counter push, which got in front, took down some HP off that tower. Alright, he places the elixir pump, and that's when I counter the other side. And right now I figure he's got to be running low on elixir. Send in the minions for backup. And get that tower down to about 500. I don't waste any time when they drop elixir pumps. I always send my miner right after them, because if you can just get that elixir pump down to anything, it just takes away the value of the pump itself. And they usually have to spend time defending it, which is more elixir. So, yeah. And right there, we end up. And I figure he's either got maybe a golem or a big troop, because he's been trying to get that elixir pump going. So I'm kind of waiting to see what he has. And sure enough, there is 3 musketeers. Throws in a bunch of goblins. And then I just start dropping everything I can to stop them. And take down another W. Alright guys, well that's going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Again, this is the second version of my Elite Royal Giant. Please let me know what you think in the comments below. If you like the video, hit that like button. If this is your first time seeing one of our videos, please subscribe, and it will keep you up to date for new videos we have coming out and any other special content. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. All right, bye.